Green next time by. This is a 20-lap A main. Ryan Barr, who picked up his first career non-wing sprint car win with the Boss Series a few weeks ago at Montpelier Motor Speedway. On the outside of his inside is Bryce Massagill. I'm going to keep an eye on the 18 of Zach Wigal, who's always fast here. Yeah, I'm definitely with you. I'm going to keep an eye on Matt Lux actually starting fifth there. So looks like we're about to go green here. So here we go. Coming to the chalk line to turn number 4, and a great start by Bryce Massagill. Ryan Barr struggles, loses several positions as they go into turn number 1. Bryce Massagill leads at the bottom. Cole Morgan with a great start. Cole Morgan up to second. Zach Wigal to third. Ryan Barr now trying to come back to the inside. What a start by Cole Morgan. Yeah, definitely keeping an eye on the Army Green 7X right there. He's hot roll on the bottom, but it looks like 18 of Zach Wigal just figured out the momentum on the top. And are we shocked by that? Zach Wigal to the race lead, up to the top of the racetrack, down the backstretch. He will pull away from Bryce Massagill. Those two had a great battle in their heat race. Hey, if anyone can close in on Zach Wigal and make the pass, it's Bryce Massagill. Definitely rolling in the top. A little unusual stuff there for Bryce Massagill, as he likes to roll the bottom. A little hiccup there for Ryan Barr towards the back of the pack. Tough break for Ryan Barr, falling back as the caution flag will come out. Looks like Taylor Nyberg in the 11 coming to a stop. I can see it on the TV. Not sure where she is on the racetrack. On the front stretch, maybe? There she is, right in front of the flag stand, or just to the left of the flag stand. Definitely interesting, only being 2 laps in so far. Like I just mentioned, Bryce Massagill around the top. Just definitely something unusual from him, but keeping the momentum up with Zach there, that'd be good. But definitely, like you were saying, Cole Morgan is making that 7X look really good right now. Yeah, and was the rookie, or second in the Rookie of the Year standings back in 2023. Great family, always fun to have a conversation with him. He was quiet when I first came around and didn't talk much, but now he'll have a good conversation with me. So I know they had high hopes for this race. That heat race win gave him a lot of momentum. And how much does a heat race win give a driver like Cole Morgan, like motivation going into a feature like this? They had to be riding off of that win. It's definitely really big. Other than the redraw aspect of winning the heat race and stuff, it's definitely nice knowing the speed you have early in the night, hopefully to carry on the momentum towards the end of the night. So definitely coming out with momentum is really huge, and get your team all pumped up and ready to go for the end of the evening. It'll be fun to see what he does here. I thought he was starting deeper. He started third, but still had a great run on that opening lap. The caution came out. We'll see what Bryce Massagill can do here on this upcoming restart. Bryce Massagill, the defending champion with the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets, 2 times a runner-up leading up to that. Think he'll go high with Wigal, or do you think he'll go to the bottom here on this restart? So I think Zach Wigal's going to rail the fins here in the 1 and 2, and I truly think Bryce is either going to hot roll the bottom or throw a slider and then hope he sticks. They threw sliders left and right during their heat race, basically for all 8 laps, so we'll see what happens here. They're coming back with 18 laps to go in this USAC Midwest Thunder Midget A main. Green. Good start, Zach Wigal. See what Bryce does here going into 1 and 2. Both into the top. It looks like the first car would actually try something is 74 of Luke Hall. Yeah, we didn't talk about Luke Hall much. He has the win at Eldora this year. He's been good all year. He was on track to win at Millstream if it wasn't for mechanical issues. Same thing with Bryce Massagill. Luke Hall's up to 4th. He's going to try to close in on Cole Morgan. I think we see a big slider coming here from Luke Hall in these next couple laps. It looks like he's trying right there on Cole Morgan, just shy. Looks like side by side down the backstretch. Luke Hall's got him going into. Luke Hall's going to clear Morgan, slide up, he's going to slide up in front. He's going to set his sights on the 35 of Bryce Massagill. While all that's going on, Zach Wigal's holding his line and he's pulling away. I agree. Zach's definitely figured out the top, the way to get around super well right now. I think Bryce is struggling a little bit getting into 3 and stuff. It looks a little bit terroristic over there in 3 and 4, which is normally usual for this racetrack around the pin. So. What's that like as a driver? Because I can't imagine getting that close to the wall in quarter entry in turn number 3. You just really don't think about it. Other than that, you just know what you do at your job. So Zach Wigal's up there banging the fence down, looking really good. He's still pulling away, keeping his foot in the gas. I know he had high expectations coming into this race as well, very confident, as he should be. He's always fast here for Atomic. However, for second, Luke Hall is still trying to close in on Bryce Massagill. Also a good battle. Cole Morgan is coming back to the inside for position. Speaking of that, Tyler Nelson up the 5th, it looks like. 5th or 4th. He's definitely found some momentum in the 91 there. Yeah, looks to be 4th, and he's running down the 74 Luke Hall. Good run for Tyler Nelson. He missed the redraw. He was in a stacked heat race earlier tonight. That heat race number 1 had a lot of big names in it, very competitive. Luke Lemons also working his way up through the field after a disappointing heat race.
We got really good racing going on all the way throughout the field. It definitely looks like the 33 of Luke Lemons has found some momentum there, maybe creating some knobs inside the cockpit of that race car, but looking really sporty.
Well, that's good news for you. Luke Lemons right now is on track to be the biggest mover with the positions that he's getting if Tyler Nelson is able to work his way up to the race lead. Zach Wigal, though, I mean, he is gone all by himself, approaching Jim Jones to put him a lap down.
Yeah, it looks like he's got a little bit over a straightaway lead on the 35 of Bryce Masfield. I think he's set his sail out and is straight on booking it right now. Problems for Luke Paul entering the infield here.
He's won't go into the infield, will stay green, no caution. Man, he's either up there competing for race wins, Luke Paul, or he's braking and pulling into the infield. So tough break there for the Ohio Hammer. His race is done as Zach Wigal continues to lead. Still a lot of battles throughout the racetrack, though.
Definitely agree with you. I wonder if Bryce knows that Luke pulled in and is going to still run it as hard as he can, knowing that Luke ain't running down his neck. I really think the 35 of Bryce Masfield is looking for a yellow flag here.
And even though we're talking about that midweek point standings, which you lead, we still have, this is a regular points race for us as well, and I know Matt Lutz and Tyler Nelson lead that. Bryce Massagill is closing in. This could be a good points day for Massagill.
Definitely. It looks like the 33 of Luke Lemons has ran down Tyler Nelson in the 91 there, right on his back bumper. It looks like he may be throwing a slider here in the next few laps.
And I don't know if you remember this, Luke Lemons finishing second here a year ago. However, he was light at the scales, but a great run here. He was fast back in June of 2024. He had some issues today. They worked on the car a lot of time to work on the car. We had a lot of time from our heat race leading into the feature. I
agree. And if you look back towards about the 6th spot with Matt Loves, Ian Krieger, Dylan Trost, and Buddy Holmeyer and Ryan Barr, we got a 5-car battle going for the 6th position.
How cool is it to see Dylan Trost finally have a good run? He's had mechanical issues since day 1 of the season. Now he's up there battling. Was in the 8th position last lap by.
Yeah, definitely making some passes. He's really the only car I see working the bottom other than Cole Morgan in front of him. It looks like Dylan Trost just took over 6th place down the backstretch. He is on the move.
Here comes Dylan Trost. He's looking to be the biggest mover of the race. He's side by side for position. I believe he's trying to clear, is that Ryan Barr to the outside?
It looks to be Ryan Barr, but like you say, you look back just a little bit, there's a later Zach Wigal running down this pack of the 5 cars looking for the lap down.
What a run for Zach Wigal. Just completely in his own zip code tonight here at Atomic Speedway. Still running as high as he can. He has a lot of lap cars in front of him, but Bryce Massagill is like nowhere near him. He can just take his time going through these lap cars with just a couple laps to go.
I definitely agree, but as a driver, you do not know how far that car is behind you, so I do not think Zach Wigal is going to slow down one bit between these laps.
Yeah, it's easier said than done when I'm up here and not behind the wheel of the car to say, hey, just back it off a little bit. Take it easy. Believe the white flags won't come out next time by for Zach Wigal. I lost him on the track. Looks like it's coming off of turn number 2.
It looks like we're doing 25 laps actually, other than 20. It shows on the race monitor. So.
Oh, we went to 25. All right. Thought we were doing 20.
Yeah.
We're doing 25.
We got the five hand coming out, 5 to go for Zach Wigal.
Good thing I brought you up here with me because I thought we were doing a 20-lap feature. That's what I was told all night long. But all right, 5 more laps. Now 4 more laps to go for Zach Wigal, who continues to lead. I was ready to do my closing lap thing, but we got 4 more laps.
It looks like Zach Wigal is definitely checked out here. I think BMAS is just on a Sunday cruise with everybody else behind him.
It's a good point stay for Zach. So Zach doesn't know how far back Massagill is, but Massagill knows how far back he is from Wigal. So that's a different conversation, 2 completely different situations for those 2 drivers. And we have one upside down somewhere. Oh, is that Luke Lemons?
Looks like Luke Lemons is stopped on the top of 2, but unless he landed on all 4 wheels, I guess I didn't really see what happened.
Yeah, and they threw the red quickly, so you must have. They typically only do that if you get upside down or you catch fire. So tough break there for Luke Lemons.
Definitely a tough break there for the 33. But what do you think's going on inside Wigal's head right now, losing a almost 6-second lead on that?
Well, I don't know if he knew. I talked to him before this race, and I told him it was a 20-lap feature. So I don't know if the drivers knew that it was 25 laps coming into this thing, but obviously he didn't want to see that red right there. He was gone in his own zip code. But I don't really think there's any reason for us to believe that he can't do that again on this upcoming restart.
I definitely agree, unless Bryce Massagill tries something spectacular in the 1 and 2, like throw a haymaker or something. You see his dad down in the infield, the neon green shirt, trying to get Bryce's attention, it looks, or something to tell him what to do.
Looking back at Luke's car, looks like he is out of the car talking, so that's good news for Luke Lemons.
Definitely a tough break for him. He was running in the 3rd position, so he started well.
He started pretty deep, so get up to 3rd. Like I said, he had that great run here last year and just was light at the scales. I knew they threw everything at this car that they could in between the heat races and now, and man, he was on the move.
Definitely a heartbreak for him and his team and everything that's going on with them. So there's a bunch of stuff going on. Like I said, that 5-car battle in the middle of the field is really good racing, all other than just watching Zach Wigal pound the fence down.
So I just got a text trying to confirm our lap count. I was under the impression it was a 20-lap A main. At some point, it was decided, I guess, we're doing 25 laps.
Yeah, I mean, the paper we're both reading right in front of us says 20, so maybe they felt bad after the little fireworks show and would give us 5 extra laps.
Right.
But
it's too late. I mean, you can't do anything about it now. I mean, we're on lap 22, and you can't just say the race is over. So I'm guessing we'll commit to 25 laps at this point.
Yeah, we only have 3 laps to go. Just really bad heartbreak for Luke Lemons there. He missed a couple of races earlier this season because of family and stuff. So this run was going to be really good for him. I hope everything's all right on that race car and he's going to be able to make it out for our next race.
Hope so as well. I believe he also had a little bit of a fire at Millstream last Sunday. Him and Zach Wigal both, unfortunately, having a fire each. So just a tough break, can't say it enough. Another really good family, working his way up from quarter midgets up to these D2 midgets. Hopefully, like you said, there's not much going on with that car. They're pushing it away. So that's a really good sign.
Yes. But I'm going to take my focus back to the 77M of Cole Morgan in the spectacular run he is having tonight. As they definitely figured something out on that Army Green car. And I truly am a big fan of that color and stuff. So definitely happy to see him up front and succeeding.
Yeah, it really is. And it was fun to watch him get that heat race win. Him and Buddy Holmeyer each got their first career heat race wins today with the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets. Long time coming. I believe this is Cole's 3rd year with the series. So it took a while to get that first win, but he has a fast car tonight, so we'll see what he can do here in these closing couple laps. We talked about Dylan Trost a little bit ago. I want to go back to him a little bit. Another karter. You know, that's how I got to know you throughout the years, is from kart racing. I got to know Dylan throughout the years from kart racing as well. It makes you wonder how different his season could be right now if it wasn't for those mechanical issues that he had at our first 3 races.
Yeah, to really think that his first actual race that he's getting in so far is at Atomic, a really fast racetrack for the D2s. So definitely seeing him and one of my close buddies running 6th right now, well, now 5th once we get the cars pushed back off because of Luke's unfortunateness that happened there. So I think Dylan's really hoping to get a top 5 here.
Is he 14, 15?
Just turned 14. So 14.
Because he didn't run Eldora with us because of age. Yeah, so 14 years old out there running with these D2s. And then I think Jim Jones, opposite of that, is like mid-70s. So we're quite spread out in age with our drivers.
Definitely a big thing about the Midwest, the Midwest Thunder Midgets. I think it's a great series, and everybody, other than the racing alone, everybody is good friends. Everybody hangs out and talks after the races, before the races, and it's just really good company throughout all the pit areas.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things about being with this series, is seeing how close everyone is and how they help each other out when needed. Just a close group of individuals, and always there to help. I'm sure there's going to be several people going over to Luke's trailer after this race to see what they can do to offer assistance to that car. But like we said, they pushed the car away. They didn't hook it up, so hopefully that means nothing too significantly is broken on that car. But hey, let's go to Tyler Nelson real quick. Tyler Nelson's now going to restart 3rd, I believe. Luke Lemons was battling for that hard charger. He's now out of the equation. Tyler Nelson restarting 3rd, but still, even so, and again, this is all unofficial, you have to, I mean, we talked, there's no reason for us to doubt what Zach Wigal's going to do here on this restart. There's no reason for us to believe that he can't just pull away like he did. And like you said, Bryce just has to throw something big there on that first corner, or else Wigal's gone.
It definitely makes you wonder what Jason was saying in the infield to him. We're trying to give him some hand gestures. Maybe that's the ticket with that team. His dad wears them neon shirts, so he's been able to see him. So maybe there's something going on with that.
Right. So it looks like Dylan Trost now with Luke Lemons falling out will currently be the biggest mover, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him pick off another position or two, how fast he's been. He was the first driver in heat races too that I saw go up to the wall. Didn't really work out for him well, but he went to that high side. He went as high as he could. He did get around Jim Jones for a position, but he's going to have a good restart position coming up here momentarily.
That's a really cool thing with him is most people don't know he just stopped racing go-karts last year. He did nothing with micros or anything, so he went from go-kart straight to a D2 midget, kind of like what Ian Krieger did about a couple years ago. So definitely cool to see him get in a midget and finally get into run and how good he's been running and stuff.
Yeah, and after hot laps today, you weren't sure if they were going to be able to run their heat race or run the A-main. They still were battling some of their issues. I went up to him beforehand. I said, hey, are you still battling the same issues you were? He goes, yep, same exact thing. He was very disappointed, but this run has to boost his confidence, and we still have a long ways to go in this season as well.
Definitely a long way to go, but not much left in this race with only 3 laps remaining. Hopefully we'll get the one to go signal stick here soon, or if not the next lap, and get the drivers in their positions that they need to be in.
Hopefully this is the last restart for the Midwest Midgets. I'm ready to get to that hotel. It's been a long day. It's been a fun day. It's been a fun week for all of us. You know, we had the pleasure of joining the All-Stars for 3 of their 6 races, and that had to be fun for you too. We had a lot of flow racing experience as well, which is really good for our series.
Definitely cool to get messages after the races from people watching you on flow racing. So definitely really cool to be a part of Ohio Speed Weeks and still be aired on flow racing to get your sponsors and all your friends and families to be able to watch you on TV.
And in this case, they get to listen to you on TV.
Yeah, but hopefully we'll be back for the next one. I'm not really sure what the next race is for me too. So I know July 1st and 2nd is my next national race at BC39. So I don't know if there's anything in between there or not. So
yeah, we're supposed to be at Fremont next Saturday with the D2s.
Hopefully we can get a motor together. It looks like we may be coming back to green here with Zach coming out of turn 4.
It's going to be interesting to see what Bryce Massagill will do here on this restart. He's going to stay with him, though, off of turn number 4. We'll see what line Bryce Massagill chooses. Just a few laps to go. He's going to stick with Zach Weigel's line in turns 1 and 2. Weigel pulls away to about 5 car lengths as they work their way to turn number 3.
Definitely. It looks like the 21 of Dylan's trying to work the bottom, middle of the bottom right there. Get a little, Matt looks real mid a little bit, but definitely the battles for the top spot right now.
Just a really good run for Dylan Trost. Very impressed with him, able to take his car from one spot to the other. And let's go back up front. Zach Weigel continues to lead. I thought he was going to be able to pull away pretty quickly. Bryce Massagill's right there as the white flag flies. 1 lap to go. Got
to the wall a little bit there with the 18 and the 35 reeled him in, so maybe we can see something special from B-Mass here in 3 and 4.
Going into turn number 3 for the final time. Weigel up high. Bryce Massagill's going to follow suit. Weigel up the racetrack. Here comes Massagill. Zach Weigel will pick up the checker flag, his first win of the season. And Dylan Trost is not going to finish the race.
Yeah, definitely a good race from the top spot. Really stinks for the 21 of Dylan. I'm not really sure what happened. Didn't see much there, so I don't know if Flo captured it or what, so I'm not really sure.
Well, you and I are going to head downstairs right now. We're going to get that interview with Zach Weigel, and then Bruce will have the call for the late models. So we're going to go down there and we'll have that feature interview for you here in the next couple minutes. Make some noise, race fans. Zach Weigel getting out of the car, picking up his first feature win of the season. We'll get down there in just a moment to get an interview with him. We'll also interview JB again for being our midweek champion. Make some noise one more time, race fans. Zach Wigal picking up the feature win for the USAC D2 Midgets. Full-timer last year with the National Midgets, coming back and running with us full-time. I'm going to hand the mic over to Jacob Boxell. Jacob Boxell is going to go down there and do our Victory Lane interview.
So we're going to make our way over here to Zach Wigal, tonight's Atomic feature winner here in the D2 Midgets. So we'll get in front of the race car here. I've never done this before, so we'll try to figure it out here. So what do you think, beating the wall down for 25 laps over here in 3 and 4, it looked pretty gnarly?
Oh man, I just love coming here, man. This is the closest track we run to my house, and we just come down here and we put on a show every night, man. I just love coming here.
What do you think of the 3 to go yellow flag coming out? Is that what you wanted to see?
I was stressing a little bit, but I knew BMAS ain't gonna do nothing dumb, you know?
We were talking up there about what he was gonna do in 1 and 2 on that restart, but you looked to manage really well. Who do you need to thank on this race car?
I'd just like to thank S2 Cyber, McCarthy Real Estate, Best Title Agency, Commercial System Plus, James Ford, Dougal Wealth Management, Nick Bibby, Allstate Insurance, not Prime Link, wait, I can't, shit. Justice Business Services, Steve Schaefer, Brickshare Hathaway, Bev Hackney, and Dad to get this thing dialed in.
There you go, congratulations.
We'll grab a couple interviews over here real quick with 2nd and 3rd place finishers, and then we'll come back and we'll get your interview, JB. And I believe Zach Wigal is going to do your interview. Hey, Bryce, real quick. 2nd place finish for you. Zach Wigal was in his own zip code tonight. Except for that last caution, he really didn't pull away from you.
Yeah, I was real hesitant there at first. I was watching the sprint car race, and there was a huge wave into 3. And rolling around me, my dad were talking about we thought we saw something on the bottom, but that didn't prevail for us. But yeah, he was flying. Yeah, we were good after that restart. I mean, I just wanted to watch him and see what he was doing, just try to learn from him. And yeah, I mean, I think we were okay. If I would have started there, we might have had a better race tonight. But yeah, we'll take 2nd, absolutely.
Another good points night for you as well. That's Bryce Massagill finishing 2nd. Quick word over here with Tyler Nelson. Tyler finishing 2nd in the midweek standings, 3rd in the race. He passed a lot of cars to get here. Still, another fast race car.
Yeah, I got to thank my guys, Mike Hurst, Jeff Hurst, Justin Axline. They helped me all. The Auto Spot and Curtis Motor Sales, of course, 4-piston cylinder heads and linked chassis. I mean, they give me awesome equipment every week. And I'm glad we're finally getting this thing figured out and we can keep building from here.
Well, congratulations again on a top 3. We'll go back up here real quick. I believe we have late models coming out. So we'll send things back up to Bruce with the call of the late model feature. But once again, your race winner tonight, Zach Wigal, picking up the feature win for the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets.